Hey everybody, I'm Grant, the game designer on Cash Crop, and this is week 21. We are 1 week before our Steam Early Access launch, and I'm really excited to talk to you today about our progress and have you talk to the team a little bit and see what they've been working on. It's been a long journey. It's been a blur. We've gone from essentially a proof of concept prototype back in the beginning of the year to pitching this game to publishers around the mid of the year, to deciding that we don't need publishers and raising money internally at this point, and then taking it all the way to early access is just so exciting. We've been working on the crew AI quite a bit. We've been working on community engagement. We've been handing out beta keys to some select community leaders for feedback and to get some more engagement. So Joe this week has been working on primarily AI.
Getting the AI to use the tools is kind of difficult.
Some people like watering their crops and taking care of everything by hand. Other people like to have like a crew taking care of everything so they can sit back and drink lemonade, I suppose. So there's a kind of different ways we can take the AI. With that, we'll show you some of the interviews, and we'll see you next week for Cash Crop's launch.
Joe, lead developer at Cash Crop. This past couple weeks, it's been a lot of cleanup. We got a bunch of old code from back when we started. I think some of it's like 20 weeks old. So kind of going through, cleaning it up, getting it up to snuff with all of the new stuff. We've been doing a lot of work on the crew. Today I'm working on a thing so they can actually use the watering can, some of the other tools.
Kind of set Polly to work like an AI.
We had some really fun bugs. Kind of gone through and cleaned up a bunch of that.
See, this was some of the AI bugs I was talking about. She gets stuck, so I gotta pause it and figure out what went wrong.
One of the other things that will be very apparent is this UI update that we did. You would think it's very straightforward, just drop in some new assets and everything's good to go, but there was a lot of trying to figure out how to unify some of the things. And as we're doing it, we're kind of figuring out, okay, well, there's a better way to do it so that it supports better resolutions, it's a little more responsive, see if we can get some more performance out of it.
My name is Amy Lynn Maud Kennedy. I'm the art director on Cash Crop. We're about to launch early access. We've got a lot of new updates, making things a little bit more crisp, a little bit more consistent across the board.
We've got updates to the menus, so these are just mock-ups. They look a lot better now. They've been implemented. We just updated some of the buttons, gave it a little bit, gave it a little razzle-dazzle on the edges.
One of the other things that we've been doing is we've been updating the map. Within the map work, there's definitely room for a few secrets, maybe a few Easter eggs, so go ahead and check out and explore, see what you can find. We've also been including some new people that can go on the map, new clients, people that you can get contracts from. We've got a whole sort of like spectrum of different people that you can come and interact with coming up in the future. They started to accumulate backstories. So with that, we've been including the artwork for the new team. It's sort of like a visual art novel, so it's an art book that will be included with the game. The purpose of the art book is going to be sort of to showcase the before and the after of where we were and where we're going with the game. It'll include some sketches, some illustrations, some storyboarding, some maps that might be included in the future, a little bit more of like the behind the scenes of why certain people have certain traits or what their skills are. I've also been working on a sort of like a tutorial guide to help people so that when they first start our game or if they have any questions, it'll help guide them through and start the first initial play of the game.
After early access, I think one of the things I would like to see is kind of the string creator. You can sit there and go through and, this is Snickle Fritz, but it's my Snickle Fritz. And then kind of sending that gameplay through with the processing and the retail store. And you corner the market on edibles or something. So all of that kind of stuff is going to be, I think, really compelling gameplay-wise.
We've also been working with Player One Studios in Bellevue to produce a really high quality cinematic trailer so we can kind of take Polly and the gang to the next level in terms of like their character design, the hilariousness behind farming beets, and why transitioning to farming cannabis was such a good idea.
On the other side of early access, I'm very excited. We've got a running list, like a wish list almost, of things we want to include. We're definitely going to include a Seattle map at some point so that you can explore maybe downtown Seattle. We're hoping that we can get the processing licenses and the retail licenses, things like that. Maybe you'll be able to open up your own retail store. One of the other things that I'm really excited about is we are going to be coming up with and integrating pets into the game. We've already got one pet that's sort of in the game at this point. You don't necessarily want to see this pet at this moment because you might have gathered too much heat, and that's what sort of makes the pet come and visit you.
We're really looking forward to getting the game out in front of you and then kind of polling to see what people want. Do they want more crew? Do we need more maps? More secrets? What do people find fun and compelling? So we can really hone the vision of what Cash Crop is to not only what we think it should be, but what the community actually loves and engages with.